what it is, man. It's just a little impromptu, because I got a few questions. I got a few questions for you, man. So meet uh Don Tamaki. This is the Japanese American who fought for prison camp survivors, now fighting for reparations for the black community. Is he an asset or a liability? We'll be right back on the Keep It P podcast. Hit me. Yeah. Oh, yeah. See, I don't usually be on at 11:30, man. Yeah, I got something to do at 12, but you got to get this news though. You understand what I'm saying? Um, if you can hear me right, put a one in the chat or something like that, man. I just want to make sure I'm good. I tested it out beforehand, but you never know, Joe Piscopo. But anyway, we got your boy Tamaki right here. And let me run down this profile. He say, if it wasn't for the black civil rights movement, where would we be? Him speaking in terms of Asian Americans. Don Tamaki, a Japanese American attorney and member of the California Reparations Task Force. It says, as a California Reparations Task Force prepares to release its final report this week, the group only non-black members says he sees some through lines between Japanese Americans' fight for restitution for their civil rights back and the black Americans' push to be compensated for the harms of slavery. Tamaki, a Bay Area based attorney, is one of the 9 task force members and has a history of working of redress and reparations for Japanese Americans following their forced incarceration during World War II. Tamaki underscored that while it's impossible to compare the 400-year plight of black Americans in the U.S. with that of his own community, he said he hopes to remind others through his work that there are a deep past of solidarity across the two movements, making black reparations a crucial issue to Japanese Americans and others. Okay. It ain't sounding like cut the check, fam. Come on now. And it says, and I quote, if it wasn't for the black civil rights movement, where would we be? Tamaki told NBC News, referring to the movement impact on Japanese American community, that the whole movement changed the culture a lot and changed us. And so it began this movement towards redress and reparations. So basically what you saying is you took what we had and remixed it, used it for your people and got paid. Are you gonna do the same for us, Mr. Tamaki, is the question. It goes on to say that Tamaki and his follower task force members are scheduled to present a range of recommendations to the state legislature on Thursday after more than 2 years of public hearings and research. While California entered the Union as a non-slave state in 1950, thousands of enslaved people were taken there in the mid-1980s, typically by plantation owners to work in their gold mines, even after slavery was abolished in 1885. Generations of black Californians contended with discrimination and prevented them from establishing economic security, freedom, and racial oppression and terror. Okay. By the way, let me show y'all a picture of him and his group of his homeboys fighting for their paper. This says Tamaki Bottom Center was part of a legal team that helped reopened and overturned the landmark World War II era Supreme Court case. What is this? Korematsu versus United States. Fred Korematsu is the upper left. So he the one that sued them for that $20,000 that they all had got cash, by the way. You know the funny thing is you ain't even really hear about no other programs that came out of that. Matter of fact, they didn't get a crime bill till decades later. If we speaking in terms of that, they went straight to the cash. We gonna go straight to the check. Anyway, it goes on to say 40 years, it says the case isn't only connected to Tamaki had to decades-long Japanese-American movement to obtain restitution of civil rights. While he was working on Korematsu's legal team, his parents, who had been among those forcibly incarcerated during the war, attended hearings and testified in front of commissions established to explore reparations, eventually receiving monetary compensation because of the Civil Liberties Act of 1988. Each survivor received $20,000 and a formal presidential apology. So that was 20,000. How much was 20,000 in 1988? Let's do the math here. Hold on, it's a KIP exclusive because I need to know. In 1988. Okay. So for my calculations here, for what I see on this page, what is 20,000 in 1988 worth in 2024? That's $53,162.22. So they got 50 racks apiece for being in the internment camps for like what? Like a couple months or something. That's like a real big win. Like if you just look at that for what it is, they got chipped off. They got really chipped off. I mean, they ain't get no rape, no brutality, no breeding, no hanging, no tearing from the families, no using the babies for alligator bait, putting people over a fire, roasting them and gathering their little needlet parts. You know what I'm saying? Like none of that. Though they didn't get none of that, but they got $53,000. Have you guys seen the internment camps? Wait a minute. Let me let y'all see the Japanese internment camps. Hold on, let me let y'all see what they look like. We trying to just do a little school here real quick for you. This is what they look like, y'all. Boom. Hold on. I'm gonna go to the little whoopty whoop whoops. Get y'all a cup. So they was little camps, you know what I'm saying? Hold up. They got to bring their little luggage and all that. They was tilling the soil, right? Look, they was dressed pretty nice. That looked like a wool jacket. Look at that sweater and that shirt, that white shirt. That dress is sparkling white in the internment camp. So, I mean, nobody deserves to be in the camp, but it don't look that bad, though. It looked like a cheap motel, maybe. Everybody looks super clean. I mean, was they playing baseball in the internment camps? America's pastime help intern Japanese Americans pass the time? Well, I'm saying you got 53,000 wow for that, man. I don't know. Y'all want to? Do you know what slave camps look like? They didn't look like this. Look at that. He got a suit on with a hat in the internment camps. Look at them, they chilling. Look like they having a great time. If I do say so myself. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, man, there's checks that need to be cut, fam. Is what I'm trying to tell you. Let me finish this on now. It says Tamaki's family, as well as many other Japanese Americans, had not always been open about their painful experiences in the camps, or the endured racism that they contended with after the war. He said, "What racism? Y'all all got Chinatowns. Where's the racism? Y'all got Chinatowns after that, fam. Y'all got specific places where y'all build, and even the signs are in your language. What are you talking about? The pain that you don't y'all own all the nail shops and all the massage parlors, like, and all that? Like, don't y'all got like Chinese food restaurants everywhere that be like all off health code and still don't get shut down or nothing like that? Like, it just must be so terrible. I mean, Panda Express. I mean, just you name it. It's a whole bunch of restaurants, that Asian restaurants. You come on, man. Oh my god. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and skip to the bottom of this because it's like a lot of yada yada. They usually tell you the from doing news stories. They usually tell you the it in the last few whoops because this is what they want to leave your mind with. It says Tamaki said, however, that it continues to be a lack of understanding on how racism and discrimination to slavery evolved into two different modern day forms. Well, I could tell you how. We continue to be oppressed while y'all stepped on our backs and reached greater heights. And we continue to be oppressed. And instead of actually becoming that minority and looking back and helping the brother, which you said you would be nowhere without the Black Civil Rights Movement. Instead of doing that, y'all have taken up seat right at number 2 at the lap of white mommy and daddy and participate in some of the most foul anti-black racism that there is. Black women go in your store, you're beating them all up. Hurry up and buy. Y'all done shot Tasha Harlins didn't go to jail. Peter Liang, y'all came out in full force. Talking about he should get off just like all the white ones do. Wasn't no remorse about the brother that you killed. He was a criminal. Let the Asian cop go. Then you got the other little half white, half Asian cop that was raping all the black women. Ain't nobody stepping up and speaking out about that. But this is a coalition, huh? Anyway, it says it's natural that there's going to be a long-standing generational impact that results from that. The second thing is that it's not just slavery. He said there's things that happen in our lifetime with regard to Jim Crow, with regard to redlining, that directly affects generations that are still alive today. As it stands, the vast majority of task force proposal deals with reform, while just a handful related to direct compensation, Tamaki pointed out. We have not made a specific recommendation for individual compensation, he said. We have hired economists to shine a light on the depth of the economic harm because it's never been done before and by anybody to basically calculate a number and put it before the American public. Well, we know what the number is, fam. See, did it take you long to come up with that 20,000? How long did it take you to come up with 20,000, fam? Huh? You got to dilly dally around. You don't know. Now you wishy-washy, huh? Y'all need to go read this article and see what you think for yourself. Don't take my word for it. I'm not trying to I'm trying to show you how to think. I'm not trying to tell you how to think. I forgot what I say. You know what I say. But come on now. And I'm not gonna hold you either. I'm gonna mold you, fold you, and scold you about being on all type of codes. And I got 4 words for you. I need you to go ahead and like for the spike. Subscribe for the vibes, like for the spike, comment your vomit, share if you care about getting Black empowerment everywhere. Please do that on the platforms that we on, Jones. And just to bring it on home, I've got love, peace, blessings, and aloha. Because I'm out the Doha for sure. You are ready.